Welcome to the Airgun Show. The days are getting shorter, so we're making it all about after dark shooting this week. I'm going to be taking a look at a brilliant colour changing scope mounted lamp, but before that I'm heading out ratting with the ATN X Sight 2. Right, we've come out to try for a few rats this evening. Now, it's still quite early season and I'm going to be trying some slightly different tactics. What I often do when we're out ratting is put down baits, liquidised cat food, fish pellets and even coffee granules to try to persuade the rats to keep still so I can get shots away. Now, this farm has seen a lot of shooting pressure to the point that the rats do appear to be getting a little bit suspicious of my baits. So this evening, I'm not going to bother with that at all. I'm just going to set out with the night vision and try and pick off the rats as they go about their business. The night vision unit is the ATN X Sight 2, which I've been using a lot recently. It's nice and simple to use, and obviously it offers that one-touch recording function, which hopefully will enable us to capture a few of the kill shots from tonight. The gun is the Brocock Bantam, which is nice and light, and that works really well with the X Sight, which is quite a heavy optic. That just helps to keep the combo feel a little bit more balanced. It's 177 caliber, and that's legal limit, which I like because it's just safe when you're shooting around farm buildings and livestock. You don't have to worry about ricochet and carry as you might when you're using an FAC rated airgun. Another handy thing about the Bantam is it's got that 10-shot magazine, so shooting in the dark tonight, I don't have to mess about trying to reload. It's just a quick throw of the bolt and we're back in with another shot. Right, well that's tonight's setup. What I'm going to do now is head over to an area where I hope to see a few rats moving and hopefully we'll get some shots. This is a farm where the rats tend to arrive in numbers after the first frosts drive them in from the fields in search of food and shelter. It's still only early in the season, but I want to see what's about, and I've no doubt that we'll still see a few rats. Although I'm not putting down baits, I'm still going for a static approach. I like the comfort and stability of shooting from a sitting position, and, combined with the added support of the sticks, it should guarantee accurate shot placement. I've fitted the power-hungry X Sight with an external battery. It gives a lot more runtime and means I don't have to worry about switching it off when I'm not using it. I've chosen a spot that enables me to cover a decent area of the yard, including the route that they're using to get to the cattle pens, and also a lot of the general clutter around the farm that they tend to hide amongst when they're darting in and out of there to feed. Now, I'm only expecting shots to come between about 10 and probably 20 metres, but I'm still going to shoot rested. To be honest with you, I'm not expecting to get a lot of opportunities this evening, and those that I do get, I want to be able to take full advantage of them. It's just a matter of waiting it out and scanning through the darkness until I spot a rat on the move. The disturbance of our arrival has no doubt put them on edge, but I hope it won't be too long before one creeps back out. Eventually, the X Sight picks out a rat in the gloom and the shot is on. That was a decent start. That one was on the route to the cattle shed and it paused. I guess it was about 12 metres away, so I gave it just a touch of holdover. Looked like I got it right because it was a really good clean kill. So yeah, it's got us off the mark. I continue to scour the yard through the X Sight, hoping to pick up a sign of another scaly tail in the night vision sight picture. It seems that there may be a few more rats around than I'd expected, and it's not long before I've got another one in my sights. Well, that was a very big rat, and it was also pretty close to where I had that first one. That's flipped back behind that bucket, but it sounded to me like a very solid smack to the head. It hasn't reappeared, so I assume it's died behind there. Scanning across the other side of the yard, I spot not one but 3 rats darting about beneath a tractor, and it looks like one is going to hang around to offer a shot. And there's another one. Now there were actually a few rats scuttling around under that tractor then, and I thought I was going to get another chance very quickly, but the other ones did the sensible thing and scuttled off just as I was reloading, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get another chance there later on. We may have to wait a while because, for now, there's no sign of those other rats. It may be quiet under the tractor now, but after a short wait, I clock a rat not far away from it. Well, that one was having a right old feed on that implement then. It looked like it was picking grains out of a pile of old straw, but whatever it was, it kept it still for long enough for me to get a nice clean shot in there. And moments later, another rat comes out to feed in the same place. Well, that one didn't take very long. It was exactly the same piece of machinery as that last one. It looked like it was feeding on the same spot too. It also looked like a big old rat. After a surprisingly productive start, things go very quiet. Time slips by, but there's no sign of any more rats on the move. After sitting it out for a very long blank spell, it seems that there's no point in staying here. So I think a move is going to be the best option. Well, this is getting really frustrating. It was quite busy here for the first 45 minutes or so, but I've been sat here for a very long time since, and I haven't seen a sign of a rat, so it feels like we're wasting our time here now. Now, there aren't a lot of rats on the farm at present, but there's a spot just on the other side of the yard where we might see 1 or 2, so I'm going to head across there now and give it a try. And you'll see that I've remembered that night vision hunting essential, the torch. It may not be great for stealth, but it provides the light I need to make my way safely around the farm. Right, I've settled into this spot here now. It's not the quietest part of the farm, with the main cattle shed just across the way. But there's the attraction there of their feed. We've also got a calf pen on this side, There's obviously lots of pellets in there that they're being fed. Now the rats don't really like hanging around in the open here, but just across the way, relatively close, there's a pile of logs and other old clutter, and the rats do tend to nest in there before they scuttle out, feed and then scuttle back. So I'm going to sit tight and see if I can't pick off one or two from the edges of that heap.
A very long wait follows, and it appears that luck may not be on our side. Later in the year this will probably be a very productive spot, but there's no sign of rodents here at the moment. Just as I start to give up hope, I spot a rat hunched over on the edge of the heap.
Well, it was a bit of a wait, but I was eventually rewarded with a shot at one underneath that heap. It was just peeping out. Looks like I hit it right between the eyes. It absolutely poleaxed it, and it went down with barely a twitch. Wow, that's been a tough session. It's certainly been a long session relative to the number of shots that I've had, but it still is pretty early in the season. Numbers will start to build up, I've no doubt, when the temperature drops, and it's always worth getting out for a look if you do have the opportunity. But for tonight, I've had enough, so I'm going to pick up these rats and head for home. Not a bad start to the winter's ratting campaign there, and now it's the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news. There's going to be another review of airgun laws. The Home Office announced it will assess whether current laws in England and Wales continue to be appropriate and effective. There's no suggestion of knee-jerk legislation, and the government acknowledged that our airgun laws are, by all international comparisons, very robust. But English and Welsh airgunners will worry that the government might follow Scotland's example and introduce a licensing system for air rifles and pistols. Shooting will still be in the Olympics in 7 years' time. The IOC has confirmed the programme for the Paris Olympic Games in 2024, and shooting will be included. Shooting has been in every Olympic Game since the very first modern edition. The shooting events will see significant changes starting in Tokyo 2020, with 2 mixed-team airgun events joining the lineup. Target Sprint's GB squad has been announced for next year's competition season. Victoria Bradbury, Kieran Gall and Liam Edwards lead the team after topping their categories in junior women, junior men and senior men respectively. The team's head coach, Martin Beard, said he was very impressed with the level of talent on show. View the full squad at britishshooting.org.uk. And finally, online firearms licensing could soon be a reality. Lincolnshire Police has announced that it will go live with an online licence application and renewal system by the end of the year. If you're an FAC airgunner, this could make your life a lot easier. It's expected to reduce the waiting time for renewals by at least 2 weeks. That was the Airgun Show news.
In these days of modern night vision technology, it's easy to overlook the humble scope-mounted lamp, and it's certainly something that I'm often guilty of. But this gear still works just as well as it ever did, and it's certainly a heck of a lot cheaper than NV. This unit is the P7QC Kit from LED Lenser. It's a very comprehensive package, and it has a retail price of just £99.95. Now, talking about a gun lamp in broad daylight may seem a bit strange, but it should make it easier for you to see what I'm talking about and easier for me to see what I'm talking about. I have done plenty of after dark hunting with this setup though, and I'm very impressed with how it's performed. The QC in this kit's name stands for quad colour, and that's probably its most impressive feature. Twist the torch head and the colour of illumination shifts from white to blue to green and finally to red. There's no need to change torch heads and there's no messing around with filters. The white light is certainly the best one to use for distance work, and the colours help to soften the beam when quarry becomes lamp shy after heavy shooting. This LED lenser is also power adjustable, and there's a strobe function. On full power you get 220 lumens and a reach of about 60 metres. On low power, which you select using the tail switch, you get 40 lumens and a reach of about 20 metres. Either way, this lamp isn't a long-range searchlight, but it's brilliant for ratting. I've also used it for lamping rabbits with good results. The lamp runs on 4 AAA batteries which come supplied with the kit. On full power, you can expect a runtime approaching 3 hours, and you get more than 20 hours on low power mode. The battery pack even features corrosion-resistant gold-plated contacts for improved conductivity. I actually like to use the tail switch, but the kit does come supplied with a remote pressure switch. Screw it on in place of the tail switch and the button attaches to the fore end via Velcro pads. Once it's in position, you can switch the lamp on and off without having to adjust your hold on the gun. Mounting the lamp to your scope is quick and easy thanks to the supplied clamp. The kit also includes a rubber strip which you can pack between the clamp and your scope tube for an improved fit. I must admit that I prefer an angle adjustable clamp, but the alignment between this one and the sight picture is still pretty good. At just over 13 centimetres long and around 175 grams in weight, this is a very compact lamp, and it doesn't make the gun feel top heavy. When it's not attached to your gun, you can easily stow it in a jacket pocket, and it makes for a very good handheld torch. If you do decide to use it as a torch, you may want to fit the supplied wrist lanyard to keep it securely to hand. It also comes supplied with a tough nylon holster that even features an integral belt strap. Although small, it's very well constructed with precision German engineering. The housing is made from aircraft grade aluminium. It's water resistant and very tough, so you don't need to worry about subjecting it to proper field use. So, that's the LED Lenser P7QC gun kit, distributed in the UK by John Rothery Wholesale. Tough, lightweight and very versatile, it's a great affordable option if you're looking for a quality light source. Plus you get that neat colour change feature. Check it out if you're planning to get out lamping this winter.
Look out for the new and improved Airgun Shooter magazine, packed full of technique, gear and insight from some of the best shooters in the industry. Brand new look and free video content. Pick up your copy today in stores or online.
That's all for this week, but we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, it's time you joined the organisation that works to promote and protect your sport.